10 years ago, we witnessed history in the making. On December 13, 2002, Poland and 9 other countries concluded membership negotiations with the European Union at the Copenhagen summit. The decision erased the remains of the Iron Curtain in Europe more than 10 years after the fall of communism. It reunited the European family, burying once and for all the Cold War era divisions. It expanded the zone of democracy, prosperity and stability. It fulfilled the dream of generations of Europeans. The award of the Nobel Prize to the European Union is also a reminder of its role in opening an era of peace. The agreement in Copenhagen marked the end of a long, often difficult march for Poland. It crowned the efforts of several governments which put EU membership as their top priority, regardless of their political colors. It was a climax of many years of tough political and economic reforms. Poland applied to join the Union in 1994 and started negotiations in 1998. After their completion, the Poles gave a resounding yes to EU membership in a referendum of 2003. A year later, the Union expanded from 15 to 25 members, creating the world's biggest single market and trading bloc. The long process ensured that enlargement was well prepared. After meeting the political criteria for accession, the so-called Copenhagen criteria, Poland had to adopt tens of thousands of pages of EU law. It had to create institutions to ensure that billions of euros in EU financial assistance are well spent. Good preparation allowed both old and new member states to reap huge benefits. It stimulated growth, created jobs, boosted innovation and scientific research, and allowed people to better understand one another. It strengthened the EU on the global stage. Now, another decade has passed and you don't hear about old and new member state anymore. The Union experiences difficult times, but its eastern enlargement remains a success story. Poland has used its time in the EU well. Since 2004, it has increased its wealth per capita to 65% of the EU average from just over 40%. It was the only EU country to escape recession in 2009 after the global financial crisis. When many European countries saw their economies shrink, Poland grew by more than 4% in 2011. The fast growth came partly thanks to massive EU assistance. By April 2012, Poland received nearly 41 billion euros in net financial transfer from the EU. It used the funds well. Those impressive economic achievements were coupled with strong support for Europe in Poland and a highly successful presidency over the EU under Prime Minister Donald Tusk. Those three factors made Poland a heavyweight player in Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, the 10th anniversary of the end of EU membership talks is a good opportunity to thank all the authors of this happy event. First of all, Leszek Miller, the current leader of the Democratic Left Alliance, deserves special praise for leading Poland's team of negotiators in Copenhagen as Prime Minister. He earlier put all best hands aboard in his drive towards Europe. What an impressive team it was. European Affairs Minister Danuta Hübner, Chief Negotiator Jan Truszynski, Foreign Minister Włodzimierz Cimoszewicz, to name just a few. Before the government of Prime Minister Jerzy Buzek worked equally hard to secure EU membership. Those people are now leading actors on the European scene. I remember Prime Minister Miller saying 10 years ago, "Finally, after many years, the dreams of millions of Poles have come true." I remember enthusiasm of those days. I wish us all that we recall this enthusiasm to put behind us once and for all the current atmosphere of gloom and doubts. It is partly thanks to such enthusiasm that Europe will emerge stronger from its current problems. Problems come and go, but our common belief in the European project is here to stay.